Alright. So, only one mission left to go, and then I'm done with all the storylines till the next update. A comic with no answers. No clue what this is going to be all about. Let's see what we got. Let's check out the comic convention. A small-scale comic convention just opened up in the city near Plain Arcadia. It's really something else. You don't know anything about the convention's theme, but hey, you got time to kill. Might as well check it out. Well, anyway, that's what's going to be going on for the remainder of today's stream. I did just do my live reaction to the most recent One Piece chapter, and if you're watching this on YouTube at some point in the future, you can go watch that, because it will be uploaded long before this gets uploaded. I try to put those out because they don't get edited, they're just posted as VODs. So that'll just go straight to the YouTube channel unedited, and it'll be up probably tomorrow morning. I've edited the CosmCon roll-on stream as well, and that'll also be uploaded sometime tomorrow. So, without further ado, just a reminder, I let everybody know what I'm doing and when I'm doing it in the Discord. So go find a link to that. If you're smart, you'll figure it out. Alright, intro over. Let's just get straight into this mission. Comic with no answers. Navigate, go. If I remember correctly, I think we passed by this at the start of the main story, but we actually didn't end up going into it. I think we said we'd go check it out later. I guess that's what's happening now.
That's going in today's content reel.
We actually still haven't met Nihilix in person. Maybe we'll finally get to meet them. Calm fan, tough-looking fan. Sounds like someone's arguing. Hope it doesn't turn into a fight. Maybe we should go check it out. I mean, break it up. I mean, let's take a look. Alright, let's see what's going on here. Let me emphasize this one more time. Detective Mercador never loses. And your Vexus is just grasping at straws. Detective... Is this a versus battle, like, power scaling debate? Nonsense, I doubt you've even read the original Labyrinth game comic. You're probably just some newbie who hopped on after animation started airing. Watched a couple of episodes, and now you're here pretending you know everything. What are you guys arguing about? We're fighting for our own idols here, so back off if you don't want to be collateral damage. Take it easy, it looks like we got a newcomer who hasn't fallen down the rabbit hole yet. So you're interested in participating in the Labyrinth game only, Con? Come to experience the battle of wits between Detective Mercator and the vigilante Vexus? The Labyrinth game? Our favorite comic, a masterpiece of tactical brilliance that influenced Plain Arcadia. If you're interested, you absolutely have to check it out. The animation adaptation is airing right now, and I guarantee you'll fall in love with the Vexus once you watch it. Nah, fall for our queen of mind games, Mercator. She's destined to win. Destined to win. Oh, please. Don't forget Mercator is just some kid who looks like a normal elementary school student. But Vexus can literally curse people to death. All she needs is someone to face and name. Does she have like a death note or something? What's wrong with being normal? That psycho killer Vexus doesn't even know Mercator's real name. Oh, this is literally a Death Note parody then. That's her winning hand. I will not let you call her a psycho killer. I said I wouldn't sing last stream, and I keep doing it. Please address her properly as Vexus, the righteous punisher of evil. So Vexus is supposed to be Light Yagami, I guess? And Detective Mercator is L. The enchanting beauty and the vigilante of justice. She only walked the path of carnage because she couldn't stand the corruption of the city. Her sacrifice deserves to be remembered by all. Who's supposed to remember all those titles? Mercator only needs one, detective. And that is the true path of justice. Forget it. There's no point arguing with you. If only Chersky hadn't passed away so suddenly and had lived long enough to finish the ending. Someone with her sense of justice would have definitely had Detective Mercator bring Vexus to justice. Oh, so the author died before they could finish the comic. Boy, if I had a nickel for every time that happened in real life. Nonsense. It's as if Master Chair would ever write such a hollow and boring ending. You clearly missed all the foreshadowing in the original. Vexus will definitely get away with it and have the last laugh. A mere first grader who's only 4 feet tall. Can I spoil the ending to Death Note? When did Death Note come out? I know plenty of years have passed, and most people who are planning to go see it have probably seen it by now. But I won't spoil it here. Some people, it's a popular series, but people probably care. A first grader who's only 4 feet tall. I wasn't 4 feet tall in first grade. That's tall for a first grader. I think I was barely peeking past 3.5 feet tall at that point. Is that an insult to Mercator's height? Her wisdom is just condensed into an adorably child-sized body. Oh, great. Here we go. We're doing this again. An insult? No, just stating facts. Last time you mouthed off and insulted our idol, you nearly got into a street brawl with the Ashen Detective, the head of our Mercator fan club. If that talking monkey hadn't stepped in to break it up, you'd probably be visiting his convention on a stretcher today. Wow. Ashveil, I didn't think was so involved in the comic craze. Then again, he did mention that he reads comics, because when Silverwolf met him, he compared their meeting to a comic. Bringing this up again, it can't be bothered to argue with you. You Mercator fans are such killjoys. Huh. Just a friendly reminder to watch your mouth. Looks like these two aren't going to start a fight. How boring. You came over here hoping that they would fight? But the Ashen Detective and the Talking Monkey, could it be that down-on-his-luck detective? He sure has a wild range of hobbies. A comic that never even got a proper ending, and it still has fans arguing this hard. Pretty impressive, honestly. Too bad I never read it myself. I better stay out of this and get out of here. Shu Yi? Why are you texting me? Can, long time news. Madam Shu Yi, it's been ages since we last talked. My apologies, that was my oversight. When I have some time in the future, I shall chat with you often. I heard you are traveling and play in Arcadia. I have a small favor to ask. Speak your mind, Your Honor. A judge of the Ten Lords Commission. Have you perchance heard... Oh, god damn it. I am very interested in this comic. Hunting down criminals and enemies suits me better than the author's debut work, Walkstar. Walkstar. I heard that Dual Dimension City is holding a Labyrinth game only con recently. There may be many fan works that'll be on sale. Alas, due to my position, I cannot personally attend the comic convention in plain Arcadia. I hope you can buy me some fan comics for me to fulfill my regrets. You're not following me, are you? What a coincidence, I'm right here. Have you seen it too? That's wonderful, thank you. Great, now we're involved. What kind of fan comic should I get for Shu Yi today? Let's check out that booth over there. So do you think Shu Yi is going to be... I assume Shu Yi is going to be a Mercator fan. I don't think that they're going to be a fan of the serial killing Light Yagami stand-in, I guess.
I will save you, Simon! You don't understand it? You feel my pain! Henrio Vampire.
What is...
Volume 7 is out now.
Okay. I was going to say, what was that a commercial for playing in the background? Hey, this is the Labyrinth game only, Con. Why'd you show up in cosplay? Why did you show up cosplaying the Fluffy? Ah, well, niche fandom folks should be broad-minded anyway. And with the Labyrinth game animation blowing up right now, we'll become mainstream in no time. Got any fan comics? You'll take all of them. Of course, well, it's a shame that Charity passed away. Is it Chersky or Chersky? passed away before finishing the ending, but it left us with infinite possibilities for fan creations. Everything you see here is God tier. Feel free to check them out. My sworn enemy picked out my prison uniform for me after my arrest. Kill me by my name. Rise again, Chair Sky. I want them all. Many years later, staring at the unfinished ending, all fans of Labyrinth game would remember that the distant afternoon when Chair Sky sketched Vexus's very first strand of hair. The story cannot end here. Rise again, Chair Sky. Finish the ending for us. Let's check out the others. Kill me by my name. Their final confrontation came to an end at the bleak autumn night. You were my best partner, Vexus said as she collapsed onto the ground, sorrow in her voice. And the only one whose name I wanted to call in my final moments. Yeah, but drop the act, Mercator said. Right now, the one who is being called upon to death is me. My sworn enemy picked out my prison uniform for me after my arrest. In the 5th year of the hunting down Vexus, Mercator finally brought her in. No shouting, no struggle, Vexus simply accepted her fate. But for the rest of her life, Mercator never dared stop chasing down evil. Perhaps she could never forget the melancholy eyes Vexus had as she took the M-sized prison uniform from Mercator's hands. M for medium, I guess? Just before she was locked away. I want them all. Unable to choose, you decide to take them all. By the laughter above, thanks for your business. While I can't exactly encourage you wearing cosplay from other franchises in the Labyrinth only con, I gotta admit, your baseball raccoon cosplay is spot on. You look just like the real thing. Speaking of which, there is an insanely accurate Mercator cosplayer here today. Everyone has been lining up to take pictures. I'm planning to head over and check it out. Oh my god. Are we gonna get the epic reveal that Ashveil's outfit is actually cosplay? Your cosplay is so good that you should learn from others. And go to the conventions you're actually supposed to attend. Don't do this again next time. Can't be bothered explaining to this guy. Speaking of which, Shuyi probably would be interested in this so-called spot-on cosplayer, right? I should take some photos for her before I head out. The fan comics here all seem pretty interesting. Maybe I should take another look around. This is a fan comic set in a parallel universe. On the cover, both Mercator and Vexus are wearing Xianzhou-style outfits. Wherefore, why dost thou not smite me? Dost thou spare my life merely to vaunt my mercy? Thy sword doth merit but the steel, and not forgiveness. Yet I should slay thee with this very hand. Wherein shall I be different from any thy malice? You honestly have no idea what these two classical-styled characters are saying, but isn't this the kind of how Shuyi talks to? She might actually like this. Never mind, the author's interpretation of the Xianzhou style in plain Arcadia always feel a bit off. Optional help shitty by fan comics. This beautifully printed fan comic with excellent artwork on the cover, both Mercator and Vexus are drawn extra adorably. Miss Vexus, may I pinch your chubby little cheeks? You may not, Miss Mercator. You are a detective, and I am a murderer. People like us shouldn't. Ah, don't suddenly pinch my chubby little cheeks like that. Sorry, I just can't help myself. Your chubby little cheeks are just too adorable. Even though you never read Labyrinth game, you are absolutely certain that whoever made this fan comic hasn't either. Looks like every fandom gets plagued with these weird fan works from people who've never even touched the source material. And it'd be even worse if this fan comic sells well. This is, seems to be some kind of fan comic. The cover reads, Transcending Modern Ethics with Vexus. It's about 700 pages without a single illustration. Vexus's actions represent the complete negation and reification of the other. In the context of modern ethics, through sovereign charm work interfering with the existential order, she attempts to reforce the transcendental structure of norms upon the void of law. In other words, Vexus is not merely a murderer, but rather one who questions legitimacy itself through the form of violence. This action is precisely a parodic destruction of deontology and the mimetic interpretation of value re-evaluation. That was way wordier than it needed to be. She believes she's striving for justice, yet in truth she has fallen into an infinite recursion of signifiers pointing to signifiers, reducing justice to a mere self-referential game of mirrors. You have no idea what this fan comic is about, but you know that no matter how many people Vexus killed in the story, she very clearly missed one. Alright. Help the hyper-realistic cosplayer escape the scene. Oh my gosh, what an adorable little grade school detective. It's like seeing Mercator in the flesh. Is this really cosplay? How does she even look exactly like Mercator? Probably because they're going to turn out to be an Imaginary. But look at that chair with eyes next to her. Looks exactly like Chersky's comic self-portrait. Please stop crowding around us. What's going on? Oh, she's actually pretty cute. Hi there, look at the camera. Wait. Baseball Raccoon? Hey, you're a Baseball Raccoon, aren't you? Since you're also a comic character, you should understand my situation. Please, help me get out of here. I'm just here to take pictures. Correction, the comic is based off my life. Comic, real person, whatever it is. Please, just find a way to get me out of here first. It's just a small crowd. Can you distract them? Can you make a run for it? If you decide to, take out the bat and threaten them with violence. Toss around some random currency. You pull a handful of common currencies from different worlds out of your coin purse and scatter them onto the crowd. It's just loose change, but the effect is exactly as you expected. People rush forward in a frenzy, scrambling to grab the money. Wow, that worked. I'm surprised that worked. After all, even if the pie that falls from the sky is only worth a single penny, no one can resist bending down to grab it. Ah, passion always gets the butt kicked in reality. Nice work, Miss Chair. Now's our chance. Leg it. Oh, it was saying nice work. Miss Chair, now's our chance. Got it. The crowd scatters instantly, giving you the chance to escape the scene with your two strange new friends. As expected, the Baseball Raccoon from the super popular comic. Seriously, I'm not a comic character. I guess it wants us to go to the overpass. We should be safe here now, thank you. Why are you running? Why are you running? I mean, getting swarmed while cosplaying is pretty normal. Oh, come on, you really don't get it? I'm not a cosplayer. Just like you're not cosplaying the Baseball Raccoon. Actually, Baseball Raccoon is cosplaying me. I think I get it now. Baseball Raccoon is a character based on you. Huh, looks like our situations are completely different. Well, finally we got that point hammered through. But at this point, I'm really at my wit's end. So I might as well just be straight with you. I'm not pretending to be Mercator. I am the Mercator from the Labyrinth game. As for me, I come from the notes from the author on the inside cover of each volume of the Labyrinth game. The little self-portrait that Chair Sky drew of herself is me, Miss Chair. To put it more bluntly, we are aberrations. Unauthorized Imaginary, who transformed without the Department of Aberration Defense's approval. But hey, this wasn't our doing. The Labyrinth games hasn't been updated in over a decade. Wow, it's an old comic. I suppose it's during the Phantom's Moon games, when the wish power fills the world, that led to our unexpected creation. Plus, the Labyrinth game recently got an animation adaptation, which brought its work back to the spotlight among readers. Our old work's gone viral, but now Miss Chair and I have become aberrations hunted down by the Department of Aberration Defense. What a pain in the neck. What are they going to do if they catch you? Don't be so down. Look. Chersky drew us with eyes and legs back then. How awesome is that? If she hadn't died, this story could have been a perfect ending. That's probably what the fans were thinking when they created us too. What a shame. All 4 of my limbs are legs, so I got no hands to learn how to draw. But you can run so fast. When the Department of Aberration Defense was chasing, you just scooped me up and ran. Turn yourself in, Mercator. I'll give that chair a try when I get the chance. Hey! I hope you were here to hunt down the bad guys and not running away like me. I don't know. I did consider turning myself in, since my life principle has always been never break the law. But I can't do that right now, and as for the reason, I think you've already guessed it. That's right, just like with Miss Chair, Vexus, the ruthless vigilante who kills without batting an eye, has also arrived in this world. Oh, so that's what Vexus looks like, huh? Vexus, a child born into a family of security officers, was once my best partner, until she walked down the path of carnage. Once she sees someone's face and speaks their name, they die exactly as she predestined. With this supernatural power, she killed her way from criminals to colleagues, from the heinously evil to anyone who stood in her path, until finally she turned her blade on the innocent. To stop her, I stepped onto the board right before the comic's ending and set a trap. If she tried to curse me to death, she'd be caught immediately. But alas, the story froze at that moment, and the criminal escaped to this place. As Detective M, who knows her best, I must first stop her from committing more crimes, then turn myself in. How can you prove that she's here too? Because I was born. Justice never exists independently. Detectives are born only to eliminate evil. Those murder calling cards aren't just convention merch. They're being posted everywhere else too. Uh-oh. So listen up, and I'm not being dramatic here. Vexus has entered reality, and with her blood-stained lips and hands, she will bring violent and absolute death to this city of Elation. Why don't we report this to security officer? If I report this now, I'll get arrested over my identity due to lack of evidence. Best course of action is to find Vexus first. Let's call Ashveil. This sounds like it's up his alley. Do you have any reliable detective contacts in Plain Arcadia? Right to the point. Oh yes, absolutely. And it is our friend, the Ashen Detective, that you nod with satisfaction. The head of this Mercator fan club will definitely be happy to help. Informants are the lifeblood of a detective. You can contact him over there, and I won't pry. Sorry if I could only have given you an ending. Forget it. Chair Sky already did a great job. Let's hope you can provide some useful leads. Don't worry, failure has no place in Justice Detective Mercator's pipe. You have a pipe? Let's give Ashveil a call right here. Dial Ashveil's number. Is he going to be awake? It's the middle of the day. Voice from the TV. Can you confirm that, Mercator? Narrator. Stop watching that animation. You've got a client calling. Hello, this is the Ashen Detective Agency. I'm busy right now and very unhappy to be of service. Don't question my answer. It's all in my head. Come on, the thrill of chasing crime gets my blood pumping. Not happy serving Mercator either? I don't care about Mercator. You watched the Labyrinth game too? You told Ashveil about what just happened. By the laughter, Mercator appeared as an aberration in plain Arcadia, and she said Vexus is there too. If anyone else told me this, I'd think that they were messing with me, but since it's coming from you... She isn't exactly a saint either. Probably just messing with you as well. Don't call me out like that, narrator. She isn't exactly a saint either. Probably just messing around with you as well. Nah, she's different. I believe in her. Vexus has appeared in this world. It sounds serious, but don't worry. If it's M herself, she'll definitely prevail, just like her catchphrase says. You can curse everything, but you can never curse justice. Too bad I can't make it in person, but I'll introduce you to my best informant. You don't want to meet your idol? Stop watching that animation. Get over here. It's not that. It's not that I don't want to go. I just can't. Mercator is my favorite detective in criminal investigation. You must avoid letting emotions cloud your judgment. So I need to avoid getting too close for my own personal level. The lazy detective retorted with such an excuse. Besides, isn't that what everyone says? Don't touch your idols? Little gold always rubs off. The lazy detective tries to get away with it by spouting wise quotes. Narrator, send the informant's location to Kant's phone. Remember, the passphrase is, it's going to rain today. Before hanging up the phone, the detective casts a profound gaze out of the window, where a storm was brewing. Looks like you got a lead. Well then, let's get moving. I hope I remember that passphrase. Oh, we're not going that far. We're just going this way. Streets, alleyways, shadowed corners. In an instant, your mind floods with scenes from spy thrillers, hidden currents, and covert tension. And now you're about to become one of them. Let's find a way to meet the informant first. What was the passphrase Ashveil mentioned earlier? Ah, shit. It's going to rain today. Knock on the wall. Easy, easy. This building is the actual filming location for the Labyrinth game, Chapter 32 of the comic. The last panel shows Dimitri falling from this very rooftop after Vexus cursed him to death. What will you do if you damage it? Who's talking? Let's try a different approach. Cough lightly. Bzzz, cough. A throaty cough. That's chronic. Probably heady lungs. Dr. Blue, Full Wish TV's designated medical. Bzzz, bzzz. Ad. Welcome back. Now playing the Labyrinth game animated series episode 47. Let's try a different approach. It's going to rain today. I accept your passphrase. I love the chair with eyeballs. Hey, it's Umbrella! The Rain Man! Need the protection of the laws, Umbrella? I am Rainmaker, Umbrella. I'm sure Ashveil has already shown you my strength. Wow, what a handsome umbrella head, gentleman. How did you end up becoming an informant? I don't need protection, I need clues. Shh, keep it down. Everyone needs a little side hustle, you know. So you must be Miss Mercator that Ashveil mentioned. Being an aberration must come with many inconveniences. Perhaps you'd like me to help you file a lawsuit against the Department of Aberration Defense for Imagine identity registration. No need. I know I'm not welcome in this world. And I won't stay here for too long. But before I leave, there are matters I need to resolve. Shows Vexus's portrait. Her name is Vexus, and just like me, she's an aberration born from a comic. She's a bloodthirsty killer, extremely dangerous, and we need to find her. Huh. You're not messing with me, are you? This is clearly Peruna, the head of the Dual-Mention City branch of the telecom carrier Arcadia Telecom. Isn't that a comic character? A comic character? I don't read comics, so I might be wrong, but this picture looks exactly like Peruna. So, is the murdering detective in the comic going to be based off a real person? That's kind of funny. I might be wrong about this. Peruna is quite a good leader, and her subordinates can't stop praising her. Plus, she's happily married, has an adopted child, and both her career and family life are smoothly sailing. She really doesn't seem like someone who would be a serial killer. Besides, she's been the head of Dual-Mention City's Arcadia Telecom branch for several years now. There's no way she could be an aberration who manifested at the same time as Miss Mercator. I understand. Rationally speaking, Miss Peruna shouldn't have anything to do with this, but I must verify her identity in person, because my detective's intuition is sounding the alarm. If she really is Vexus, then she now has access to almost everyone's personal information in Dual-Mention City, and she can curse without any obstacles. In other words, Plain Arcadia has become even more dangerous. Do you have her contact info? That's private information, I really can't share that, but I do know she often visits this restaurant called Walk and Roll. Still a really cool name, Walk and Roll. In Yum Yum Alley, she goes there 3 or 4 times a week. It's dinner time now, why don't you try your luck at the Walk and Roll? You might just run into her there. I remember that place. That was Chair's favorite restaurant when she was alive. That's where she came up with the Walk Star for her debut work. Looks like she might not be completely uninvolved in this. Thank you very much, Miss Umbrella. We'll head to Walk and Roll right away. Hopefully we can find Miss Peruna there. Let me remind you, the law rests on the presumption of innocence. Be careful not to let your desire to solve cases take over and push you across boundaries that should not be crossed. Mr. Umbrella, Detective M is driven by justice alone. Well, it's a good thing that Yum Yum Alley is right there. Walk and Roll, this must be the place. Looks like the clerk door. Let's go ask her. Over 48 complaints this month. By the laughter, we can't even get 50 orders in a month. But chef, we still have regulars coming in every day. Miss Peruna isn't my old friend. I won't count this against her. You should reflect on your own issues. But as the head chef, wouldn't you be doing some self-reflection too? You bought this place before it closed down. Don't tell me you're planning to run it into the ground again. This is where Walkstar was born. Of course I can't bear to see it go under. But this is a new era now. Who still wants home cooking with an ordinary taste, ordinary decor, and ordinary atmosphere? The Phantasmoon games are in full swing. We should be riding the wave. Would it really hurt to release some special dishes? Stop fooling around and think carefully about the purpose of your work. Do you want customers to come to our restaurant to savor your culinary skills, or do you want to chase some fleeting social trend? The power of cooking lies in emotions, in life itself. We are here to comfort the ordinary diners who are busy just getting through their days, using the simplest of dishes. Have you forgotten that? Head chef, no matter how moving your words are, it won't change the fact that the business is terrible. Alright, you guys go prep ingredients. No wonder Chair Sky created Walkstar. This head chef is just like the protagonist from her comic. Huh? And you all are? We're here to see Miss Peruna? Peruna? Oh, wait a second. Is Miss Peruna here right now? Perfect. We'd like to ask her a few questions. Yeah, don't worry, I'll call her for you. She's really here! Run, Perry, run! The figure climbed out the window and stumbled off. She ran away. Mercator, she must really be Vexus. If you want to catch up to her, then you'll have to first get past my blade. Why is she crying? I really should go and read Death Note at some point. I feel like this is a reference that I'm not getting. Leave the cook to me. Hurry and go after Vexus. Oh, I'd advance the dialogue without me clicking it. You want to catch up to her, you'll have to first get past my blade. Leave the cook to me. She already dropped the blade. I'll just get that with Spay later. Where's Miss Chair? Come on, hurry up. You think the chair with 4 legs would be able to outrun her? She's right over there.
Welcome. Come on in and take a look at her menu.
So,
Forget it. Just get on me, quickly. Sit upright. Do you have a vehicle registration? I haven't got my driver's license yet. Yet. You gingerly sit down in Miss Chair, as if ascending a royal throne. Relax, sit tight, and hold on. Super chair mode activate. This is so unnerving. Wait, where's the seatbelt? Holy shit. That dialogue went by so fast. Blast, there's too many people ahead. I can't fly through. I can take a detour around. You go ahead. This seems a bit too easy. Science of Arcadian Life, some minigames and interplanar jump. Oh, it's a minigame here, huh? Okay, fine. So I can get a treasure chest if I let this guy hit all the buttons? Just gotta time this just right. Okay, that was a weird sidetrack. I'm not even sure if I'll leave that in when I edit this later. You successfully catch up to Chair and stop Peruna. To avoid causing a commotion, you lead Peruna to a quieter roadside. Running away the moment you see us, you must be Vexus. It's been 15 years. Why are you showing up now? Just when I finally managed to live like a normal person. 15 years. Yeah, I was born 15 years ago. That would have been 5 years before Chair died. 15 years ago, during the previous Phantasmoon games, Plain Arcadia was brimming with wish power. At that time, the Labyrinth game was about to end, and the comic was dominating the popularity charts. That's when I was born as an aberration. People love me for cutting down the injustices of the world, but the truth is, I'm not a bloodthirsty person by nature. If I could, I would have chosen to live a life like a normal person long ago. Because I was just so tired. The sins of that world were piled up so high you can't even see the hope through them. That's why I'm so glad I came here. Plain Arcadia doesn't have nearly as much evil. And I can finally live a normal life without worry. But you got a lot of blood on your hands, don't you? Isn't that just something from the comic? In the real world, I've never harmed anyone. I haven't even harmed a single Wispay. Please believe me, all those crimes I committed were nothing but fictional stories. And what about the murder calling cards? By the laughter, that's just viral marketing to hype up the animation adaptation. Don't take it seriously. I've laid it all out for you. So you should understand by now, right? Sorry, I don't understand. Which part don't you understand? Every single part. Since I was born, I've been trying every possible way to finish that comic that will never have a chance to be completed. Even in an unfamiliar place, Mercator still tries her hardest to catch you. And you, with your superpowers, are telling me that you want to give it all up and be a normal person? Superpowers? In this mundane life, there are way too many frustrations where you try your hardest but get nowhere. My marriage is dead in the water. My adopted kid's a disappointment. What am I supposed to do? Should I curse both my son, who keeps failing his exams, and his useless father to death? In the comic, I was always scheming and plotting my every move. Yet I lived in constant fear. But now, even though I have put in all my effort just to get through an ordinary daily life, I feel steady and at peace. Those who seek the ordinary and those who seek the extraordinary will never understand each other. You can keep chasing after all that thrilling heroic destiny from the comic, but Vexus is dead. Please let her go from your hearts. Cut the act, Vexus. Don't let her fool you. Want a peaceful, normal life? Fine. Crimes in the comic don't count, sure thing. But are you really pure and innocent in the real world? Have you never given in to your murderous desires and committed crimes? Of course I did not. Then why does the date of Chersky's death perfectly match up with the day you came into existence? Did she not die of an illness? It was her. She killed Miss Chersky. The so-called death by illness was simply a result of her death curse. After becoming an aberration, you must have found out somehow that Chersky intended to write an ending where you failed and were captured. To stop her, you took her life. You even found out about all that? You really are. Why are you so obsessed? Why won't you just let me go? It's all because there was no ending. Then you got the chance to go after Chersky, who created you. She loved comics so much, cared about you all so much, and she was so talented. Sorry for both her and me. That's the only way. I get it now. To make up for this mistake, I will give everything I have to fulfill Chersky's final wish. To draw an ending for this unfinished comic. But you don't have hands. You feel a wave of dizziness. When your vision clears, all that remains is an ordinary chair that can no longer speak. What happened? Are you okay, Miss Chair? You look at the chair, but the chair can no longer look back at you. It seems Miss Chair truly gave it her all. There's still a chance. Wait for me, Miss Chair. Life is full of opportunities, but not everyone can seize them. You should focus on finding them first. Ashveil, why is he calling me all of a sudden? Answer the phone. How about that? Wasn't Mercator's deduction absolutely brilliant? How do you know what happened? Have you been following us? Following you? Haha, don't underestimate the intelligence network of the Ashen Detective. By the way, did you know Detective Mercator's greatest ability is her ability to retain every single detail inside her head and analyze them inside her mind gallery. Mind palace. I put myself through some intense training to be like her. And I finally mastered this skill. Pretty impressive, right? Hey, we have a rather urgent situation here. You're right. Detective Mercator always manages to solve the mystery and uncover the truth at the most critical moments using her signature mind gallery technique. Let me teach you right now. I'm sure it'll come in handy later. What would Mercator say at a time like this? Oh, I remember now. Ahem. Attention. Now it's deduction time. We actually have a deduction mode in Genshin Impact. I'm surprised it hasn't been ported over into Honkai Star Rail yet. That being said, Honkai Star Rail has a really cool debate mode that I would love ported over into Genshin. Since Miss Chair says she wants to complete the ending, there's a high chance that the place they're going to is related to the author Chersky herself. But isn't Chersky dead? Wasn't the author killed by Vexus? That's where things get real interesting. Based on Mercator's deductions, Vexus likely harbored intense hatred towards her creator, who intended to give her a sad ending. This would establish a compelling motive for murder. As much as she won't admit it, Mercator made a grave error here. She conflated Vexus from the story with Peruna from the outside of the story. Remember that conversation you overheard at Walk and Roll? Downcast-looking clerk, indignant-looking clerk, the head chef. But chef, we still have regulars coming in every day. Vexus is always here, and seems to be on good terms with the staff, too. Indignant-looking clerk. You bought this store before it closed down. Don't tell me you're planning to run it into the ground again. This is where Walkstar was born. Of course I can't bear to see it go under. The head chef bought Walk and Roll to keep it from closing down, apparently because it was where Walkstar was born. The head chef. No wonder Chersky created Walkstar. This head chef is just like the protagonist from her comic. She's really here. Run, Perry, run! If you want to catch up to her, you'll first have to get past my blade. Miss Chair also mentioned that the head chef is just like the character straight out of the comic, and she seems to be close with Vexus, too. So this is where things obviously get contradictory. Based on Mercator's deductions, Vexus and the writer Chersky were sworn enemies who could not coexist in the same world. But at Walk and Roll, a place that is deeply connected to Chersky, and especially to her comic. Not only is Vexus, who now goes by the name Peruna, a frequent guest, but she is also a good friend to the owner. This doesn't look like what a killer would do. This doesn't look like an antagonistic relationship between two enemies. Haha, impressive. But we need proof of the pudding here, and a detective's pipe needs tobacco to spark the flames of truth. About what really happened back then. I think you still need more information. Yeah, there's still more to this story. And we need to find out the history of Walkstar to do it. Are we still in a mind palace? This is Chersky's studio from when she was alive. More strictly speaking, it's the recreation of her studio based on my memory and deduction. After Miss Chersky's sister announced the news of her passing, I did some research. After all, she was one of my favorite comic artists. The comic ended right there back then. With M closing in on her, Vexus issues her final murder notice, declaring that she will kill somebody truly innocent. Mercator and the security officers stage an ambush in M's name, ready to arrest Vexus the moment she moves to cast a death curse on her. Mercator decided on this move because she was certain that she had never revealed her real name to Vexus. That must be why she's so convinced that she'll win. As you flip through the manuscript, you notice that the final pages are heavily marked with revisions and corrections. Mercator, justice never die, you shall never. Vexus, what even counts as justice? Looks like she was nowhere near decided on that ending. That's right, the scene was littered with discarded drafts and loads of margin notes exploring various endings. That was exactly the kind of artist Chersky was. Talented, diligent, and meticulously down to the last hair. To think that a genius like her was born only to leave behind fragments of her work is truly frustrating. A room with no obvious signs of struggle, the art supplies and draft papers scattered everywhere. It was in a space like this that Chersky created the Labyrinth game, a series still beloved by fans to this day. We now bring you this piece of news. Confirmed prodigy comic artist Chersky passed away. Chersky, creator of the Labyrinth game and Walkstar, was confirmed dead this morning after emergency treatment for a sudden illness failed. A large crowd of fans has gathered in the streets, coming together to mourn Miss Chersky. At the memorial site, tensions flared when overzealous fans caused a disturbance. Reports indicate that the dispute revolved surprisingly around the ending of Labyrinth game. Chersky's older sister confirmed that the artist had repeatedly received threatening letters and concerning this very issue. Such disruptive behavior by extreme fans has continued unabated to this day. You were there too, weren't you, Mr. Club Fan Club President? Got into a fight with a crazy fan, but was stopped by a monkey. What are you talking about? You must have heard wrong. Mr. N was actually about to get into a fight over a banana, and I stopped him. It's only right that we all stand against the toxic fan behavior. Who knows? Maybe Chersky struggled to finish the ending because of all that pressure. Despite repeated attempts, the mysterious sister was never heard from again. Wait, what? After that, Chersky was gone from the public eye, and no proper funeral was ever held. Is Vexus going to turn out to be the sister, or Miss Head Chef at Walkstar? Anyway, let's go with what we know so far. A room with no signs of struggle. The sister killed him. While we can more or less rule out the murder, if it was death by illness, there are some signs missing. I see no drugs, and there aren't any medical reports either. Maybe her sister came by to clean up after. The pressure of completing the ending. Even a comic genius would have a hard time dealing with obsessive fans. Given how meticulous she was, just imagine the kind of pressure she was under to deliver the perfect ending to this sensational hit. Chersky's older sister. None of my sources can reach this mysterious sister anymore. What's more, according to Chersky's family records, she has no living relatives left. If that's the case, then the older sister who announced Chersky's death and the vanished so quickly can be Vexus, who was born at that time by chance. Vexus might have posed as Chersky's sister, but why would she do something like that? The missing body. That's the most puzzling part of this case. Following Chersky's death, her fans hastily put together a memorial on their own. The exact cause of death and any funeral arrangements that were made were never reported to the media. And why was that? A brilliant comic artist, struggling under immense pressure to complete the ending, suddenly passes away, her mysterious sister announces the death, and then nothing has been heard since. Oh my god, the head chef is actually the author. That's my Hail Mary. And we now think Vexus might just be that mysterious sister. She helped Chersky. She helped Cher, who was unable to come up with an ending, feign her death, so that Chersky isn't dead at all? I see, so Chersky isn't actually dead. That would explain quite a few things. If Chersky isn't dead, where is she now? She's the head chef. Why can I not talk to any of these monkeys? The Wojak. The comic artist and her villainous creation weren't adversaries. They were accomplices. I take it you already have some ideas? Yeah, so there is all of this, one person stands out as a truly strange behavior. It's like they knew everything. You. Still playing dumb at a time like this? Looks like it's time for the hard-boiled detective's first deduction to make an appearance. Me? Oh, come on, you barely pieced everything together just a few minutes ago. The head chef. Miss Peruna is an old friend of mine. She's really here. Run, Perry, run! If you want to catch up to her, you'll have to first get past my blade. At first, we thought the head chef was an inspiration for Chersky's walk star, but now it appears that she might be Chersky herself, who faked her death. Oh, look who's been following you guys around. Head chef. No. I should call you Miss Chersky, the prodigy comic artist. So the head chef really was Chersky. What a revelation. You knew the truth all along, didn't you? You realized Mercator would go off on a wild goose chase with her deductions. But as her fan, you couldn't bring yourself to point out her mistakes. That's why you refused to help us directly, am I right? Fine. Deduction time is over. Now it's time for you to go confront Miss Chersky herself. That's it. Goodbye. But I'm in your mind palace! So let's have a chat, Miss Chersky. You can't just drop me in your mind palace and then leave. I've long known that this day would come, and yet, now that it's here, I can't help but feel, the grand finale has arrived. This chair is helping you wrap things up. She's my self-portrait, isn't she? In some ways, she's an idealized version of me, purer, with a deeper and far stronger desire to complete the comic. But I've lost the will to continue. Creating comics was the most beautiful time of my life. I loved giving life to my characters through my drawings. But fans have all sorts of expectations, and characters have all sorts of destinies too. I had to carry all that pressure to find the perfect ending. But I'm just an ordinary person who loves drawing silly comics. Everyone calls me a genius, but Vexus is the only one who truly gets me. She stepped out of the comic and told me to stop when I felt exhausted. Forget about everyone else's expectations, she said. Those millions of readers can wait. From now on, that weak version of you is dead. And after killing that version of myself, the self that was weighed down by so many expectations, I actually felt true freedom. But it's been 15 years and it's time to face reality. You should stop running away from the truth. Take us to Miss Chair. Although, why should I have to face it anyway? Why can't I simply draw comics and cook as I please? Why must I face public opinion, the obsessive fans, and the constant pressure to complete the ending? Please, I'm just a coward who can't face this comic. It's causing me so much pain. I can't deal with it anymore. You're the one who created those characters. Actually, you can't really bring yourself to abandon them. You actually recognized Chair and Mercator right away. You've been protecting Peruna's secret all along. You're right. I promised Peruna I'd give her a brand new life. This might be the only thing I can do for her now. As for Chair and Mercator, I created them and they were once my most beautiful memories. It's true that I haven't been able to let go of them for even a single day. Oh well. I've had 15 years of peace up until now, after all. Come with me. I think Chair will take them to where I used to draw. I can show you the way. Fine, let's go now. Please come with me. Don't forget to bring this chair along. It's so weird. I still haven't figured out if it's Chersky or Chersky. I'm gonna go with Chersky, sounds cooler though. Vexus, my best of partners, remember the time that we parted ways? Why aren't you saying anything? Alright, let me refresh your memory. You may not remember the name Reddick, but you likely remember his crimes. He kidnapped his rival's daughter and murdered her in cold blood. We had been on the case for an entire year, but he was protected at every turn, and the girl's death was eventually ruled an accident. Back then you asked me what justice really meant, and I had no answer for you. Is your version of justice can't provide tit-for-tat punishment? Then this so-called justice that always delayed and doomed to be absent cannot be the right answer. So your answer is to commit brutal murders in the name of justice. Brutal, death by vigilante justice, is still way too merciful compared to what he committed. Even now, you still won't admit that you're the vigilante? Enough. That is where the original ending stops. That's not enough, Vexus, even if this person did deserve what they got. What about all those innocent lives you took after that? Please, just look at me. I'm the innocent one. I just want a normal life. Detective Mercator. So please, just leave me alone. Come on. That's not how your character should act or speak. Ahem. Moving on. Innocent, you say? Then what about the deceased Chersky? Vexus, it's time for you to face justice. Hold on a second. Vexus did not kill Chersky. I say that because I am your creator, the comic artist Chersky. As you can see, I'm still alive. She feigned her death back then. I can confirm that Vexus has never killed anyone in real life. Can you? Why am I getting to voice this line? Oh, we're in color. You're still alive? You look really worn out. I'm sorry. You must have used up so much wish power trying to fill in that ending I never drew. You don't need to apologize. I don't know why you chose to fake your death, but from the bottom of my heart, your art is truly, truly amazing. Well, now there are two of them. This is getting out of hand. Miss Chersky, I'm sorry. I never wanted to pull you back into more drama surrounding the comic. No, this all started because of me. I should be the one apologizing, Perry. I've been running from this for far too long. What is going on here? You're the detective. You figure it out. Maybe we don't need to go after Vexus anymore. Please just spare each other. Mercator, in the real world, Vexus never committed any crimes, nor will she ever commit any. You no longer have to wear out yourself chasing her. You're free now. Ready to embrace a brand new life like we did. A new life? What life is that? Am I supposed to live an ordinary life just like her? But I'm Detective Mercator. The great detective who never stops hunting evil. So what you're saying is, all the chasing I've been doing has been for absolutely nothing. Sorry, I need some time alone right now. I understand how she feels. It is just how I was born, with an obsession to finish the comic. For Mercator, hunting Vexus has been her whole life. I've been feeling a little lost myself, but now I know that Chersky is still alive. It feels like I have something new to look forward to. Unfortunately, that isn't true for Mercator yet. Please do me a favor and console her in my stead. She's just a little overwhelmed after learning all of these. This is so weird. Just how would I willingly use all of my wish power to bring you here? Just as how I would willingly use all my wish power to bring you here. Mercator probably wants to give it her all in one final concluding battle, no matter the cost. I know it couldn't have been easy for you trying to get to the truth back then. I originally intended it to stay buried forever. Mercator, why does she always have to be so persistent? I'm really sorry. If only I was able to draw the ending back then. But I was just so tired. Alright, Mercator. Thank you for bringing me the truth. I've spent my whole life pursuing justice, only to be crushed by a truth that's far from just. Don't you think I'm absurd? Truths about life are always the hardest to bear. Yeah, those clear-cut black-and-white truths about justice are probably easier for people to accept. From the very moment I was born in the comic, I've been chasing criminals, punishing evil, and bringing justice to the world non-stop. Like I said before, you can curse everything, but you can never curse justice. I also believe that failure has no place in the Detective Mercator's pipe. This is what I was born for, and these are the words that have kept me going all this time. Do you know how much despair I felt when I realized I was nothing but a comic character? But I still pulled myself together, because I believed that this world needed me, that it really needed me to save it by arresting Vexus. But now, everything is gone. My dream, my purpose, the justice I fought for, they're all gone. Life never had a meaning on its own. So go seek it. What a painful realization. Thanks for talking to me. I'm starting to see things a little more clearly now. Everything I've been chasing, it's all just a made-up story. But so what? I've given it my all to get to this point, so even if it's just a story, I demand an ending from Destiny. Miss Chersky, since you're still alive, please finish drawing our final showdown. I need this if I am to fully accept this new journey ahead of me. Alright, I guess we're going to end this. You want me to draw the ending? It's been so long. Actually, I would like that too. I've always thought Chersky to be really amazing, and since I'm her self-portrait, I make sure to keep my back straight and my eyes wide open every day. It's the only way I can do our genius comic artist justice. Even though I hadn't met you back then, your writing was so gentle and full of happiness. I already could feel your love for me. So I won't force you to draw this ending, because someone who loves comics as much as you do must have their reasons for not doing so. She was under a lot of pressure from the world outside of the comic. So this is what you call the harsh realities of the ordinary people, huh? To be honest, this is far from ordinary. When you have the time, come to the kitchen and try your hand at cooking. I assure you that you'll get a good taste of day-to-day living then. Actually, I already came up with an ending 15 years ago. Really? It was the ending I had in my outline, but as I drew, I couldn't convince myself that it was the ending everyone would love, and the perfect conclusion among the countless possibilities. Anything you draw would have been absolutely perfect. Don't put me on a pedestal like that, Miss Chair. Comic artists have to make a living too, you know? So of course I had to take the editor's opinions and the publisher's views and my readers' likes and dislikes into account. Once you start thinking about all that, perfection goes right out the window. Completion is more important than perfection. And that's the stance I agree with. Are you worried about me? Have you actually forgotten that I'm Vexus just because you've been calling me Perry for 15 years? As a vigilante who punishes evil, I've long been ready to face judgment. This may be hard for me to accept, but if bringing me to justice is what Mercator considers a life she's willing to give everything up for, then we're not so different after all, because I feel the same way about living an ordinary life. You have a husband and a kid. Well, I guess it sounds like that that marriage isn't going so hot right now, though. So don't hesitate any longer, Artist Chersky. Remember what you wrote in your notes from the author. You said a first-rate idea in your head is worth less than a third-rate one on paper. Don't tell me you don't actually believe in any of that. Stop worrying about the pressure and responsibility. Remember, you don't have to shoulder it by yourself. After all, The ones who played this thrilling game to its spectacular finale are actually Vexus and I in the comic. Let's put an end to all of this. We'll see if she lives like a hero, and if I die like a villain. Alright. She's gonna go with the draft ending, right? Back then, Mercator enlisted the Security Bureau's help in M's name to set a trap at the elite at their final confrontation. Had Vexus tried to use the name Mercator to kill her... Okay. Mercator reunited with her former best of partners. Vexus is determined to succeed, feeling extremely confident since she has never revealed her true name. The murder case of Milos, the pen left at the scene of your favorite brand, his confidant, Frady, was cursed to death. I also saw someone who looked remarkably like you in the archive room surveillance footage. And Chairman Taka, suspected of crime boss, died the very day after you were forced to release him without charges. Even now, you still won't admit you're the vigilante. You've certainly done your homework, M. So it's true. You already knew who I was. Not only do I know who you are, but I also know that the high-ranking official has just been killed by a curse. And all that security officers who were lying in wait have now been reassigned to VIP protection duty. Mercator, just as justice is always betrayed by power, you have now once again grossly let down this world, full of rot and filth. Mercator's heart was pounding like a drum, realizing she was completely on her own now. She slipped her hand into her pocket and quietly pressed the record button. So do you really have to kill someone? Since there is so much rotten filth in the world, we should just excise it all with death. We were once best of partners. Surely you understand me, and you will be willing to help me, right? So be my best partner again, and together we shall create a new world of absolute justice. No, whatever the reason, justice built in murder can never be true justice. Give it up, Vexus. Even if I am the only one left, I will arrest you, no matter what. Well, I guess this means goodbye then, McDonough. How did you know? How did I know that Mercator isn't your true name, you ask? Because I never wanted to kill anyone. The day I cursed Redek to death, I was so terrified I put a curse on myself. Vexus, those hands who are covered in blood, was slain by the righteous Mercator. Then I just waited for death to take me, but nothing happened. That was when it finally dawned on me that Mercator, my best of partners, had never revealed her true name to me. The day you saw me checking the surveillance footage from the archive room, I uncovered the name Frady, as well as yours, McDonough. But I never wanted to curse you to death. Because you used to be the best of partners, and I was the one who taught you to always carry your voice recorder on you. And unfortunately, it's the very habit that forces me to bid you farewell today. If I die, this world will once again be filled with people tainted by rotten filth. So rest in peace, McDonough. Are you saying that I had already failed years ago? No, you haven't failed, Mercator. I would never let you fail. She's gonna make you kill her. Or not. I will carry your wishes with me to build a new, absolutely just world. There, pure justice shall prevail. What's with that? This is a pretty good ending. Why didn't you draw it 15 years ago? Mercator laughs and vanishes before your eyes. To be continued? It's over. So this is how it ends, huh? 15 years ago, anti-hero characters like these were really popular. At the time when I was still weak and immature, I found myself drawn to decisive and ruthless characters like Vexus. So where will Mercator go? Is she really dead? It's just an obsession that's faded away, that's all. I really admire her for being able to burn with such complete passion for one purpose. She must really admire you too, given how you're really able to let go of those grandiose obsessions and simply live fully in the present. Stop making this sound like a memorial service. My apologies, I just got caught up in the moment. Alright, folks, I have to head home and help my kid with his homework. By the laughter, I hope I can keep my cool. As for Mercator's fate in the comic, it's all in your hands now. Go live out your ordinary days. And thank you for your help. Without you, I might still be running away from everything. Will you go back to drawing the comic now? Maybe. Just maybe. Then come with me. A comic artist has always needed a chair that can zoom around fast. What's with that weird scenario of being used? Oh, God. This has been a really weird version of the Death Note story. Sometime later. It all happened in a flash. Chersky, cornered by over 20 media outlets and a dozen publishers, jumped onto her jet-powered chair and made a break for it. And nobody could catch up to her, except for one Furbo. And so, that very chair ended up taking her place for the Furbo's exclusive interview. What in the world is going on? That's right, that's right. Check out Furbo.com for all details. Haha, we're gonna plug my newspaper. Take your advertising somewhere else, buddy. And don't let the door hit you on the way out. Want to check out the new work Chersky and the artist who famously came back to life? The Mercator Files is now flying off the shelves in a store near you. I never expect Miss Chersky to go back to drawing comics again. I definitely didn't expect her to reunite with Mercator in this way. Peruna! Long time no see, my friend. I've officially received legal recognition from the Department of Aberration Defense. So from now on, you can call me by my real name, Vexus. Okay, cool. So much for the 15-year lie. What does your husband and son think? Do they still call you Peruna? As it turns out, while Miss Chersky might be a great cook, she isn't so great at running a business. Walk and Roll eventually went under, and she had to return to her old profession. But if you ask me, she was simply looking for an excuse. Back then, when Miss Chersky chose to feign her death, because she couldn't handle the pressure that came with being a famous comic artist, but this time she doesn't have to shoulder all that pressure by herself. Look at the cover of the Mercator Files. It says, story by Miss Chair, art by Chersky. Having Miss Chair take all the heat while you sit back and quietly draw from behind the scenes. How sly of you, Miss Chersky. I hope she won't run away again this time. Would Miss Chair be able to take the pressure, though? I'm not sure, but she's a chair, isn't she? Isn't handling pressure what she's designed to do? I guess if you put it that way. Hopefully this time, whether they are chasing the extraordinary or embracing the ordinary, everyone gets what they wish for. Have fun hanging around here. I have to go buy some workbooks for my little rascal at home. See you around. Oh god, I forgot that this started with a text from Shu Yi. Can, have you read the fan comic I sent last time? I've seen it. I've seen it all. Please forget about it quickly. Among them was a pirated copy of the Labyrinth game that closely resembled the original. All style and no substance. How dare they append such a poor imitation, arbitrarily depicting Mercator's defeat? Breaks my heart. Among them was a pirated copy of the Labyrinth game that closely resembled the original, all style and no substance. How dare they apprehend such a poor imitation, arbitrarily depicting Mercator's defeat? Breaks my heart. Do you like Mercator? No, I just thought that true masterpiece should never end. That was drawn by Chersky. Could it be that Chersky drew this herself? She doesn't understand the Labyrinth game. Man, you just can't keep the fans happy, I guess. Well, that was about an hour and a half. Which means, once again... Oh, hang on. Jump scare by Ashveil and Vexus. I almost missed this. Miss Vexus, what a surprise to see you here. If it's not too much trouble, can I get your autograph? Of course, but I seem to recall that you are the hardcore Mercator fan, so why ask me for an autograph? Since I won't be seeing Mercator anytime soon, I guess I'll just have to settle for second best. You want to get cursed to death here and now? Stop fighting, please. Then quit fanning the flames. But hey, I just found something interesting, so consider this a little meet and greet gift for a fellow Mercator fan. What Ashveil and you take as the first volume of the Mercator Files, and on the front piece, someone has left a line in bold with the flowing writing. This is my final assignment for you. Keep an eye on those two. Don't let them skip out on more updates. Mercator. Thank you. Thank you. God, this was a weird story. Witness the conclusion to the Labyrinth game. To be continued. Alright. Now we go check out the newspaper. We gotta publish an article on this. Two-way redemption between artist and art. Resurrected Chersky. Arcadia News, The Labyrinth Game, Mercator Files. Beep boop, twist that'll blow your mind. The genius comic artist Chersky, who declared deceased 15 years ago, has come back to life. Word on the street is that Chersky will make a comeback with their new work, The Mercator Files. All subsequent business dealings with the public relations will be handled by Miss Chair. Folks, this isn't a resurrection, this is basically a two-way redemption arc for both creator and creation. Alright. Ask if you don't know. Did you watch the ad to revive? Sun Intuition. Oh, this must be Vexus. I bought a whole box of comic. My son devoured them. Said they were amazing. So where's part 2? Real walk and roll. Tear emoji. So real walk and roll might actually be Chersky's handle. Full-Wish TV business channel. Kids these days read way too many comics. Why don't they read some financial news instead? Geometry for life. Kids these days read way too much financial news. A comic book or two wouldn't hurt you, you know? Probably just hype. I remember someone else claimed that they died before, and then were later like, nah, I'm good. And not autonomous debater. Terran Fog, death is no joke. Thank you, Fugue. Sunday. Agreed, let's not chalk everything up to hype. I'm guessing this is Sunday. Run, Chair, run! Hey, cut it out, you guys. Oh wait, nobody's fighting anymore. Vexus won. I'm all good. The Vexus is mine. Detective passing by. There's a Mercator sequel? I am so in! Well, this has been fun. Now, I guess, since I'm basically done with all of the side quests, that means until 4.1 comes out, I guess I can just start doing these other secret hidden side quests? What is this? Whoa, I couldn't look at that. It's a huge green, and it's a special Mechatron. First time I've seen a Mechatron model like this. It's definitely not a Dimension City original. Sure. Alright. That'll be the end of that. Maybe I'll break this up and make it a separate video. It's already after midnight, so I'll do this one next time. So, This has been a nice little hour-and-a-half short side mission. Next time, we'll do this little side mission here, because I actually recognize that mech. And people who have been a fan of Sparkle in particular will probably also know what that mech is. So that's something to look forward to in the next stream. And after that, I guess we can jump straight into the 4.1 story afterwards. In the meantime, if you want to stay up to date on what I'm doing when I'm doing it, the best way to do that would be to join the Discord. Links to that are where links are. Well, I'm going to get back down to editing, and hopefully I will have everything up on the channel soon. This is going to be a busy week for me. So until next time, bye-bye.